Hi everyone, Professor Christina Sover from Cal State Long Beach speaking here, and in this video we're going to look at an example from Chapter 13, Section 2, Learning Exercise 8. One Monday, the manager of a drugstore counted the number of shoppers at various times during the day, which are represented in the solid dots on her graph. So the solid dots on her graph are these green dots here. Now, the first question we want to answer, why does the graph begin at 7 rather than 0 on the time axis? So let's take a look at the time axis. I'm seeing time down here, clock time, it's the horizontal input axis, and it starts at 7 instead of at 0. And it's time. It must mean the store opens at 7 a.m. So store opens at 7 a.m. Moreover, there's no time 0, right? That doesn't really make sense on a clock. I'll even write that down. Time 0 doesn't make sense. Now, what does the manager's graph assume about what happens between the times the manager counts the shoppers? So in blue, we see various slopes of increasing and decreasing and horizontal business. What the manager is assuming is that we have a consistent change of folks every hour. It's increasing or decreasing the same amount each hour. So for example, between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., they're assuming that you had 5 over 2. It was 5 people every 2 hours, and it was like at hour or 3, I'm sorry, 5 over 3. What they're assuming is that every hour you had about a person and a half come into the store. Well, you can't have half a person come into the store. Everybody is whole people. So they're just assuming that the consistent rate happens. And that it's only increasing, only decreasing, only staying the same. Because they're only checking at these one dot. So if we look at D here, where there was no change at all between 2 and 4, they're assuming that those 20 shoppers are always in there. But I mean, there could be groups of families who go in together to the store and come back out, or just one person and then they change with another group of people and what have you. So we're really assuming that it's just consistent change throughout. So consistent change of shoppers happens in between. Times. All right. What period saw the greatest increase of customers? That means which line has the most positive increasing slope change. And I'm seeing that change happen between this point here to this point here. Between E and G at, I guess that's F, at time F. So between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. The greatest increase happened 5 to 6 p.m. How could segment D be interpreted? Well, segment D is between 2 and 4 p.m. here. And we could interpret that no one left the store. That's one way. No one left the store. Does that make sense for a drugstore? Maybe. Maybe they're all waiting for the pharmacist and it's just taking a really long time. Another idea, I won't write it down because I don't have space, um, could be that for every one customer who came in, one came out. And it was just consistent that way. But again, because the manager's only counting at particular random times during the day, you won't reflect that change one person in, one person out. But it could have happened. How could segment B be interpreted? Between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Well, at 9 a.m., there were 5 shoppers, and at 11 a.m., there were 15 shoppers. What I'm going to say is two really big families came in right at 11 a.m. Two big families came into the store 9 to 11 a.m. And during what hours might the manager need more cashiers? Well, how could we interpret that? You want to look at the slopes of the lines and see which ones maybe increase the most. And for me, what I'm seeing is between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. and 5 and 6 p.m. There was the most change there. So we might say, get cashiers. Oop, I can't write today. I apologize. Cashiers 9 to 11 a.m. and 5 to 6 p.m. That way you can help get more folks in and out in a more timely way. Here's one way of interpreting different quantities again. You could calculate out the slopes if you'd like to be more precise in your values. I think that's a great idea, but here's just one way to do it. If you have any questions, again, I'm just a message away. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.